Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to follow up on our KWL chart from Friday about 9/11 and answer some of your questions. So let's see here. I'm just going to read them at random and answer them, okay? A lot of you wanted to know how many people survived that day. There were 20 survivors that were taken out of the rubble. Let's see. The youngest was 18-year-old Richard Perlman. He was an EMT. And then the oldest person rescued from the rubble was 79 years old, and he was a maintenance worker at one of the buildings. Of the 20 survivors, 11 people were rescued the next day. 6 of them were firefighters and 3 of them were police officers. Let's see, some of you wanted to know if the coronavirus affected 9/11. Coronavirus, the way that the virus is today wasn't around during that time. So coronavirus did not affect the people in 9/11. Some of you wanted to know why there were 2 planes. Well, there were gentlemen who were hijackers, and they were extremists who did not like us as a country. And so each one of them learned to fly. They took flying lessons, I believe, in Florida. So they took flying lessons and they ended up taking over the plane. So security, after that day, security changed drastically, and it became much more difficult to just hop on a plane and go. Now there's rules, regulations, x-rays. The security to fly on an airplane increased significantly. Let's see, some of you wanted to know why it had to be the Twin Towers that they flew into. So there were many, many different people from many, many different countries working in those buildings. And it was kind of a representation of how people can come together and work together. And they just thought that they would hit us the hardest where it would hurt the most, and it worked. Let's see here. What else? I'm not sure how many people were in the buildings exactly. I would have to look that up. I'm so sorry. Let's see. How did the firefighters get up the stairs so fast with all that heavy stuff on? Firefighters do a lot of training with their gear on. I only know this because my cousin is a firefighter. And so they train all the time, going up and down stairs and putting their gear on and using the fire hose. There were over 200 flights of stairs, and they just ran up them because the elevators were not working. Let's see here. What else is there? There were no survivors on any of the planes. Unfortunately, all of those people were lost. Let's see here. So I've talked about how many survived. I think that just about covers it. If I didn't answer your question, just let me know. Also, don't forget to click on the 3rd tab here and tell me what you learned about. I don't know why there's 10 tabs all of a sudden. Y'all aren't listening to instructions. So make sure you go to the 3rd tab and put what you learned here, and move on to your next assignment. Oh, I was also going to show you guys this stuff. I totally forgot. So this is a stairwell that people, that the survivors, I'm so sorry, you guys, my allergies are so bad. This is a staircase that survived the collapse of the buildings, that some of the survivors were able to walk down. The day that it happened, the first thing some of the firefighters did was they hung the American flag. And I know that you guys are aware of all of the unrest and the fighting and the bickering and just the injustice going on right now. But when this happened and the day after, Americans really came together as a nation. And there was unity. There was a lot of unity and there was a lot of togetherness. And you guys, as our youth, you guys are going to have to be the ones to fight for all of these things to change so that we can have the unity that our country should have right now. This is one of the fire trucks. This was parked not right next to the Twin Towers, but you can see the damage that was done on the back of it. Let's see here. Someone asked if they rebuilt it. So they did not rebuild those two buildings. It's they kept that space and they built a memorial. So where these two squares are, that's where the buildings were. That's where they once stood. And this is now a huge memorial to the people who passed away that day. And it's just beautiful. There's water in these squares that light up, and they have the names of all the people who were lost that day. And you can go to New York and you can visit it. Here's a closer shot. I hope you can see it okay. You can also Google 9/11 Memorial. And at night, I believe there's two really bright lights that shoot straight up into the air. I think it's a very beautiful memorial for those people who lost their lives. So I just wanted to show you guys, and it wasn't all about sadness and a tragic time. I mean, it was, but it's also about unity. It really brought our country together. And we all worked together. So many people came together to support the families and everyone involved, and it took so long to clean the rubble out from this area. So I don't want you to focus on the sad part. I would like for you guys to focus on the unity that it brought, because we need to bring that unity, I think, back into our country. We need, and you guys are young enough, and you guys are our future, and you guys can be that change, and you can show everybody how you can still work together even if not everybody's the same or believes the same things. So if you have any more questions about 9/11, let Ms. Cantwell know, and I will research and find that out for you.